Good morning there, Miss Donna. How are you on this beautiful first day, start of our week?
Well, I am awesome this morning. Even though, it's been kind of a bumpy weekend with everything going on in our
Yeah,
lives.
bumpy weekend. That's an
But
understatement.
yeah, but we're here and we can still have a smile on our face, and I get to see your pretty smile.
Aren't you just
So,
such a sweetheart in the first thing in the morning?
yes.
Oh,
Um,
I do actually want to thank you though, and actually Jackie. She said she wanted to do a video for you too, because she just thought it was the sweetest that she loved getting everybody's prayers over the weekend for the fact that she had gotten hurt. And then when she saw that you also had made your own post and everything else, that just, she literally, because we had left from the
oh,
hospital to go to Walmart to go get her some Tylenol, because that was the only thing we can give her for the pain, Tylenol or ibuprofen or something. She literally, when we told her about the prayers and what was going on, she actually started crying because it took us a minute to, why are you crying? What's wrong? Is something else hurting? Is it? And no, she was actually that touched and just so, just by the love that she was getting in the prayer, so she actually started crying.
oh,
It was the sweetest little thing.
oh, well, you'll have to have her make a little video
Yeah, well,
so
that's what
everybody
she
can
said. So
see
she
it's
said she
getting
wanted
better.
to, and that way she actually wants to say thank you. So,
That's sweet. It's precious.
oh, it is. She's got such a heart. It's amazing. Even at 4 years old, it's like.
And then those blonde curly little blonde curls hanging down it. It's even sweeter.
Oh, exactly. She's so funny because you go into the stores and stuff, and that's like one of the first things that people say. Oh my gosh, you've got the most. You're just so pretty. And then she's always, thank you.
Oh, that's funny.
It is.
He
It's
looks
quite
like a little
adorable. Quite
stinker.
adorable. And so yesterday she went with Sissy to the store. First little kind of outing since she got hurt, kind of thing, and she goes up to the store, and of course she's telling everybody that she hurt her back. So she came home yesterday with like free candy bar and a free soda and this and that and the other. We're going, oh my gosh.
Oh boy. She knows how to work them, doesn't she?
Oh my gosh, yes she does. And it's hilarious. And we're going, okay, you do realize that you're not gonna keep getting hurt to keep doing this, right? Daddy Daddy's going, I will buy you a candy bar if that's what you want.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cute. That's cute.
Oh.
I saw something in this morning's glancing at Mom's newspaper. I grabbed the coupons and take them to my daughter because she's into this couponing stuff. And there was Steve Harvey's picture, and I was going to grab it and I forgot to, so I'll have to have her. And it was talking about how he became a success. So I'll have to get that back from her and share it.
Yes,
Pretty
definitely,
awesome.
definitely. Oh, I love doing the couponing stuff too. That's been one of the hardest things down here because trying to find the Sunday paper where we are to get the coupons is like next to impossible. It's like I'm gonna have
It's
to
a
figure out a
job
way
in
to get them
itself.
mailed.
Yeah, it's really a job in itself.
Oh, and but it saves so much because we did it
Yeah.
when we couldn't do it as easily in West Virginia, but Delaware, oh my gosh, we would cut our grocery bill in like half to a third of what it was in stock up. And down here in South Carolina, the prices are great again, so it's like I want my coupons back.
Right. Right.
Oh yes, definitely. So yeah, definitely, I would love to see that.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, no, no. His article wasn't on coupons. I was
Right,
just
but I'm
taking
saying
the
right, you
coupons,
went right. It was in the paper when you were going to
and I
pick
saw his
her.
article. I saw
Right.
his picture.
Right. I understood what you were saying, but I was touching on the subject of the coupons.
Oh, okay. Okay, are we ready?
Yes, ma'am. Get new habits. Once you have become honest with yourself and you identify new actions for tackling your weaknesses, here comes the hard part: changing your habits. In this book, Making Habits, Breaking Habits, psychologist Jeremy Dean challenges the myth that it takes only 21 days to change a habit. It might take 2 years to fully make a shift in some areas of your life, but that's now 2 productive years for a lifetime of reward. Don't worry about how much time it takes to make the shift. Time is in your favor when you use it productively. Focus your energy on developing your new habits. Just take it one day at a time, and when you get done with one day, I want you to do something revolutionary. I want you to get up and do it again, and again, and again. Pretty soon, this won't just be some new habit you're trying to conquer. This will be your new roadmap for success.
Hmm.
All right. Do you want to do this next one and then me, or you want...
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Okay.
Changing your makeup with integrity. But before I start that, you know, over the weekend when I was reading that, what you just finished reading to us, I thought that was so interesting because everybody makes you think, you know, 21 days and it's magic and it's done, you know. But like he says, it could take us 2 years to fully make that shift. You know, there's just not one particular time set. You know, it all depends on each one of us on how hard we work at it, you know, and our lifestyle. So that was pretty interesting to me.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely. Well, and it is. And the 21 days, really all that is it takes that continuous 21 days of at least making it habit, where then it starts to make
right.
changes, you know. But you've got
Mhm.
to at least do that 21 days to get your mind and your body and all that, you know, into that repetition of saying, okay, wait a minute, you know, I got to do this.
Right, right. Okay, changing your makeup with integrity. Many times in my life, I have had to change my makeup. I had to start becoming a more positive person with integrity to get the job done. I think the biggest shift for me was during a joke writing period. I learned a lot from Richard Pryor. What made Richard Pryor so great was his opening. He was willing to talk all about all of it. His growing up around after-hour joints, his catching on fire, the arguments in the car, and his marital issues. That's what made him most effective. When I began in comedy, I was so protective of who I was and where I came from. I was trying to write my jokes in the fashion that others wrote, and as a result, I didn't develop the truth of who I was as a stand-up comedian. Once I was no longer afraid to open up about me and my truth, things changed for me professionally. Talking about my truth allowed me to expand my material. I was no longer afraid to talk about my mother, who taught Sunday school, or my failed marriages, or my growing up in Cleveland. This was the first time I came face to face with real integrity. As we grow our integrity, one of the first pieces to focus on is learning how to lead. We get too focused on looking to other people at times when the real answers lie inside of us. We have to take the time to recognize our own strengths and weaknesses. I think what makes me effective as a person of integrity on the radio or as a spokesperson is that people know I am going to tell them the truth, no matter what that truth is. You don't always have to agree with it, but I'm telling you my truth. I think that people have grown to respect that.
And
And
I have to agree
8
with
years
that.
ago, when I started, going to my support groups on Monday evening, I was going in there expecting to find out how to change other people and how to make things go away. And instead, they started helping us recognize our strengths and our weaknesses and started focusing on our life,
Oh yeah.
our story, not everyone else's.
Right.
And
You can't
that's
change.
the secret.
You can't change other people. The only thing you can do is change yourself, and either they'll adapt around you, or
Right.
you have to let them loose.
Right. And by telling your story, people see that you are real.
Oh yeah.
Or they
Well, and they. Oh yeah. Well, and then there's something that most, you'll be able to relate to different people by different things that different people have been through. I mean,
Right.
your whole situation, even with your, your past with your, marriage and stuff like that, yours is different than ones that I've been through. So it's like we each have our own different variations of things that we've gone through, even though there's some similar things, but, that do connect us. But then there's also things that, yours is a world of different from mine.
That's right.
And what makes us unique, and absolutely, and I'm sorry, I don't care what we've ever gone through, the more we have gone through, the more we go through, it makes us
Yeah.
strong. It makes us who we are. It gives us those
It
different,
certainly does.
and I tend to find like even everything that I've gone through, it helps us tap into that, our gift, that part that he keeps talking about that we all have.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Giving yourself a real self-evaluation. Improving your makeup also means that you have to be willing to give yourself a real self-evaluation. When I write a joke and I go out on stage, I give a joke 3 shots before I decide to throw it away or keep it. If I tell the joke, it always gets a big laugh. I rate that joke a 1. If I tell it and it gets a laugh only sometimes, then that joke is a 2. If I tell a joke and most of the time it doesn't get a laugh, that's a 3. When I first started, I needed those jokes because I needed the time. You're paid 15 minutes to open, 30 minutes for the middle set, and 45 minutes to headline. I needed this time so I could become a headliner. I learned that if you are out there telling threes, that's a shaky set. So every time I wrote a new joke and it was a 2, I got rid of a 3. The only way I did that was to have an honest assessment with myself. I kept writing jokes, and when I got a 1, I would get rid of a 2. After a few years, I had all 1s. That's when I really started developing as a stand-up, when I created that system of self-evaluation. Your personal self-evaluation has to be one of complete and total honesty. The only one who can do the self-evaluation is you. Until you are ready to have a completely honest conversation, and even a self-evaluation will do you no good. I know that I am not great with mundane tasks. I have to hire somebody around me who is good at the day-to-day details. I also know that I'm not good with graphs and charts. I learned that in college. You cut the lights and put a graph on the wall, then I'm going to go to sleep. So I hire people who like graphs. I don't like having to repeat myself over and over again to get a person to understand something. I don't have the patience for it. I also have to constantly watch myself and work on not coming up short. Real integrity is knowing where your shortcomings are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That last line is really powerful. I mean, real integrity is knowing where our
where your
shortcomings
shortcomings
are,
are.
because
Absolutely.
we all have them.
Oh yeah, and they're not a bad thing. That's where, and as long as we accept the fact that we know that there's just, things that we don't like to do or do like to do, and and you accept that, and then yeah, you turn around, and if you have the means, you find somebody to help do it, or if you don't, then you figure out a way to either barter for it or something, so that way you take up
Right.
the slack for what you don't.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Beautiful, wonderful. So tomorrow morning, gather and setting the right balance, and I so look forward to our mornings.
I do too.
Well, have a beautiful rest of your day. I hear my Miss Jacqueline is up, so I'm going to go see how she's doing and begin our day, and I will catch you on the flip side.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Love you.